This is a case of a penetrating injury allegedly by a sharp instrument. So there is a linear tear, and first I am going ahead and going almost full thickness but not quite, and suturing this linear vertically oriented wound. It is in a slight curvy linear way. Watch how I am taking. Since it is a sharp object, it has made almost a penetrating wound without much shelving, and hence my sutures are being placed tangential to the direction of the wound and also equidistant on either side. I am trying my best not to lose the anterior chamber as I am doing the suturing. Watch the suturing. As I am taking the bites, I go almost more than 2/3, almost full thickness and equidistant on either side of the wound. After I have placed my central suture, I am going ahead and placing 2 sutures on either side before tying them off. All sutures should be tied with almost equal tension, just approximating the wound edges. If you tie these sutures on either side too tight now, the central suture will loosen. So you have to be careful, or you'll have to replace that. And my knots are usually 3-2-1, and then I push it to one side. Now watch, I am going ahead with my 2.8 millimeter keratome, putting in some pilocarpine to constrict the pupil, and then putting in some HPMC. And now watch what I am doing. Most of you wouldn't have noticed, but there is a hair follicle, an eyelash, which has got impregnated within the anterior chamber. I just separate that, go ahead with my Utrata forceps and pull out the hair follicle. In a trauma, it's not a good idea to leave the hair follicle within the anterior chamber, as this may lead to infection. So I have removed it, after which I am now going ahead and burying the knots within the corneal stroma. I am now placing a few more sutures, actually one on this side, to make sure that the wound is sealed. Watch the corneal reflex, the right reflex in the center, and also look for any wrinkling of the cornea. That will show that you are tying it too tight. Always make sure you bury your sutures, the knots. After I have done this, I go ahead with my Simcoe and remove the viscoelastic from within the chamber. Since my pupil is round, I know none of the uveal tissue is incarcerated within the wound. I place a little bit of air and then wash it off, just to check if there is any viscoelastic left. Don't be too aggressive in removing the HPMC. And with this, I conclude the surgery. Thank you for your patient.